You guys, I think Haslab might be dead. Star Wars is on life support. Marvel Legends is at its all-time peak, and the Jada Toy Street Fighter display is writing checks that they can't cash. There's a lot of news and fallout from SDCC to talk about, so well, let's talk about it. What's up, everybody? My name is Matt, often called Big Nerdy. Together, we are the NWO, the Nerd World Order, and you're watching Nerdzoic. You know what? We have not done a top 10 video in a long time. And you know what else? This video's bread and butter is top 10 list. So we're gonna do this SDCC reaction / news countdown, top 10 style. Hit my music. We interrupt this program with me from the future. Hey, real quick, just wanted to give a shout out to everywhere I had to get images from. I was not at SDCC, so all of the image credit goes to the people listed down below in the description. It's also on each image. And again, you should check these sites out because they're great for news. Toy News SI, my buddy Jay. Toy Arc, Toy Habit, Superhero Hype, Whoosh, and Ringside. All right, let's go back to the video now. Let's start off with some honorable mentions. First off, Marvel Legends, Kang and his throne. Pretty awesome, but there's a lot of other Marvel stuff in the top 10. It wasn't fair. Plus, I already have one Kang in my collection. I don't really want to buy another. Honorable mention, Numero Dos playsets. So there's a Snake Lair playset that Mattel Creations is doing, but they already delayed it. So I don't know if something's going on here, if there's some unrest. I'm not buying it because I don't have room for it, but it's cool. I like looking at these things. Speaking of things I'm not buying, but I think are cool, the Beetlejuice playset. So this is by NECA Toys. It's called the Inferno Room. Nope, not gonna add it to my collection. Don't even remember this from Beetlejuice, but it looks freaking amazing, so I love it, and I'm gonna mention it honorably. And lastly, again, because this is too much Marvel Legends, it's just not fair, the Deadpool movie wave, because it's Deadpool, and it's Wolverine in yellow. In just 3 weeks, these are already the best-selling Marvel Legends figures for me of all time. I mean, that should tell you something. How about an honorless mention? Dude, what's going on with Star Wars toys? The entire, Star Wars toy world seems to be on life support. I got really excited for that Cantina. I thought this was a really good sign of things to come, but man, it seems like every time there's a reveal, it's like, hey, here's the latest Mandalorian, and here's a smaller version called a Vintage Collection Mandalorian, and here's some humans from a TV show on Disney Plus. We don't really know what else to do. I don't know what we're doing here. There is so much that you can do from back in the old expanded universe, from the current bigger universe. How about updates? How about the original 6 movies? Those figures always do really well, but we're doing Mando after Mando after Mando, and guys, it's not working. I'm really hoping that this life support thing does not last. I don't want to pull the plug. I'm not ready to pull the plug yet, but I'm really hoping that Mr. Stevie can do some kind of an Undertaker and sit up and then boom, no longer on life support. All right, enough honorable and honorless-able mentions. Let's go to the top 10 of the things I am most excited about coming out of SDCC. Coming in at number 10 is the Marvel Legends Quicksilver. Shocking, I know, right? Another Marvel Legends figure that I'm talking about today. This falls under the umbrella of I'm excited for this for my personal collection. I don't think it's going to be a really big seller for the store. It might be, I could be surprised. It's one of those things that how can you have a classic Marvel collection without a Quicksilver? The last one is from, I don't remember how long ago. It's been at least 6 years since there's been a classic Quicksilver release, and my display is lacking, so that's finally going to be fixed. Thanks, Marvel Legends team. Coming in at number 9 is the Spider-Man animated series Mondo 1/6 figures. So I really like everything Mondo does. I've been really impressed with the X-Men, Batman the Animated Series, He-Man. There's such a wide range of characters they can get. Can you imagine what a Kingpin is going to look like, or a Rhino? Right now, the only 3 they have shown us or have announced are Spider-Man, Symbiote Spider-Man, and Venom. All look great. I'm super excited for this. They are pricey, but these are centerpiece type thing. If you have the disposable income, I think it's something that would be really cool to put in the collection. They're still cheaper than Hot Toys though. I'll kind of throw in here, literally every time I'm recording a video, the Chicken Man calls. Chicken Man, what do you want?
I want to talk about some stuff with Vinny.
Vinny's helping me by holding the boom mic. Now, stop eating that. I'm gonna go finish recording and then I'll call you on the secret line. Meet me in the Batcave. Bye. Okay, now that interruption's done, I also have to mention that we did see some, I don't know if it was just pictures or actual prototypes of the Thundercats 1/6 scale from Mondo, but I don't know anything about Thundercats other than they look cool. Never watched it, never read it, know nothing about it. Mummer, though, is a character that guy I like. Coming in at number 8 is Mattel WWE, and specifically I'm saying like all of their announcements here. There's a lot that I'm excited about. For those that don't know, big time wrestling nerd, also big time wrestling collector. It's one of the things I spend the most of my own money on. It's kind of crazy how many of them I buy. What am I excited about? Well, let's talk about it. The Headbangers, the new Foundation Jim the Anvil Neidhart, Six from the NWO, the Ultimate Vader, Hulk Hogan with his cool flag shirt that I used to have when I was 7, Morgan. That's what my notes say. Is it Liv Morgan I'm talking about? I don't know what I mean by that. Ultimate Edition Bam Bam Bigelow, Evolution 3-pack, the Build-A-Fig. How have we not gotten that yet? The Curse of Papa Shango 2-pack, which I don't know how we haven't gotten this yet. Like, this one screwed me up as a kid. When the tar started coming down from the Ultimate Warrior's face, like, he just recovered from getting thrown into a casket by The Undertaker. And man, Ultimate Warrior's got bad luck. Also, Lex Luger, Ultimate Great Muta, Psycho Sid, a young Eddie Guerrero. How about Make a Difference Fatu / Rikishi, an Ultimate Edition Dusty Rhodes. And just kind of as a what the hell is this? The Foco Undertaker Paul Bearer. I don't even want to make jokes about this one. Number 7, I'm going to put all of Math-X because, yeah, I love Math-X and I'm kind of cheating by grouping them together, but that's okay. So Math-X had a full display at SDCC. Unfortunately, very limited were the actual painted samples. What we saw that was painted was the Hush Robin. So this will immediately become the definitive 1/12 scale Robin for pretty much everybody. Can't wait for this. Speaking of Hush, we saw some prototypes as well, and I can only get so excited for prototypes till I see some paint on them. But Batgirl, Clark Kent, Ra's al Ghul, I mean, they look good gray, so let's paint them up. Then there were some X-Men. We got a Jubilee. She looks fantastic. I'm hoping that she is significantly better than the Legends version because I don't particularly love the cell shading on mine. And they also had a non-painted prototype of the Iceman, which is kind of pointless because literally the only thing on him that matters is the paint. Otherwise, he's just a dull formed shape. So I don't know. Should I be excited or not? I don't know. Coming in at number 6 is Dragon Man. All right, this is it. Now we talk about the death of Haslab. So this is essentially a Haslab without a Haslab, because they said it's going to be exclusive to Hasbro Pulse. It's going to be made in limited quantities and direct order, like Haslab. What's different? No stretch goals, no minimum funding quantity. How do I feel about this? Well, first of all, I'm kind of sad, man. Like, I actually enjoyed not so much the pricing of Haslabs, because the bottom line is this. If it did not get most or all of the stretch goals, Haslabs are overpriced. More on that in a second. But it really was kind of like a fun part of the community. Everyone talking about, will it fund? Won't it fund? Are we going to hit the stretch goal? Won't we hit the stretch goal? It was just such a big part of it. So I'm going to miss that. What I think people are going to be shocked about is when they see the price on this. My official prediction is $299.99. Best case scenario, $199.99, just like Giant Man, but I'm not seeing it. That's a bulky piece of plastic there that they showed off. I'll still buy it, even though I have absolutely no comic book reading knowledge of Dragon Man. He just looks awesome. I do wish they kept the Haslab concept though, because I think it's a really cool marketing idea. I'm very curious to see how the pricing and the payments work on this. Like, are they going to take payments up front? Because that's obviously a big part of Haslab, and it pisses off a lot of people. Like, they'll all be like, I don't think I should have to crowdfund $1 billion corporation. And I don't disagree. I just also don't care, man. Like, let's not be that heavy. They're toys. I mean, for God's sakes, I'm a 40-year-old man wearing a Superman shirt. I don't need to talk about the ethics of it. I just don't care that bad. Anyway, yeah, Dragon Man. Coming in at number 5 is Street Fighter, what the hell are you doing? Seriously, guys. Last year, you had a beautiful SDCC display, and not everything's even gone out for pre-order yet. We've just seen pictures. It's been a year. This is insanity at this point. You showed some awesome stuff at SDCC again this year. Blanca, probably my most second favorite thing. Balrog. Different Balrog, less powerful. Vega, DJ, Cammy, Sagat, Thunderhawk, and I think I saw a Zangief somewhere. He's the one I'm most excited about, but he's not on this picture. These all look amazing, but seriously, guys, you got to get a move on or this line is going to lose momentum. People are going to lose interest. You can't release 4 figures a year. Here's my advice, free of charge. Release 1 figure every other month. So every other month, you can count on 1 figure hitting stores and 1 figure coming out for pre-order. By doing it this way, every month you can kind of time it. So month A, you have a pre-order launch. Month B, you have a figure fulfilled. So something coming in, something is released in stores. That way every month there's something new. It puts you out at about 6 figures released a year, 6 figures revealed a year. To sum up, stop doing waves. One at a time is fine. Do them quicker. Don't wait till next year until these figures start coming out. Coming in at number 4 is the Mondo Ghostbusters. So these are 1/12 scale and they look incredible, especially those monsters. But what hurts is the price. Holy crap. These are about on par price-wise with Mezco. Actually, they're probably like 5 or 10% higher on average, but I don't see as much stuff coming with them. Now, we haven't seen the full loadout yet, and the price does make sense for the bigger ghosts, maybe, but not for the Ghostbusters. I was expecting pricing similar to Super 7, which is already high, but this was really rough. And for those of you who don't know, the 2 packs of these, so a monster and a Ghostbuster, are going to be $202. They're a timed release with Mondo, then later down the line, they're going to be released at e-tailers like Nerdzoic branding. And when they do that, they're going to be released as single packs at $101 a piece. Coming in at number 3, can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street? So NECA is doing the ultimate version of the Sesame Street in their 7-inch Ultimates line. Who does not know these characters? Who does not have nostalgia for these characters? Fun fact, I grew up about 10 minutes away from Sesame Place in Langhorne, Pennsylvania, and we would go there pretty regularly. So yeah, Sesame Street, right here. Like, I still have vivid memories of the Follow That Bird movie, probably because it scarred me mentally when he turned blue. But I also sometimes have dreams now of the Count coming to pick me up in his little Countmobile, and yeah, I should probably talk to someone about that. This could and maybe should be higher on my list, but I'm skeptical that they're gonna dig deeper than just the core characters. So I'm sure we're gonna get like Bert, Ernie, Big Bird, Elmo, Baby Cookie Monster, but they need to go beyond that. We also need Grover. We need Count Von Count, my personal favorite. Oscar the Grouch, my second personal favorite. Abby, Telly, how about all the Muppets from the various crossovers? And of course, the one, the only, Snuffleupagus. Is he an anteater? Is he an elephant? Nobody really knows. Coming in at number 2 is the Marvel Legends Lockjaw and Crystal. Let's be honest here, it's Lockjaw, it's not really Crystal. So I read the Marvel Knights and Humans run by Paul Jenkins a few years ago, and I liked it a lot more than I expected to like it. There was 2 standouts for me. There was Black Bolt, who I really enjoyed, like the stoic, obviously silent nature of. It really forced the artist to tell stories with his facial expressions, which was really cool. But the standout for me was Lockjaw, because who's a good doggo? This is the final Marvel Legends I'm going to talk about, and they were probably the highlight of SDCC from a toy standpoint. The Legends team continues to kill it. If this were wrestling in Japan, I would say to give Dan Ryan and Dwight their flowers. It's a wrestling thing, look it up. But seriously, each year the figures get bigger and bigger. I just opened the Iron Fist Luke Cage 2-pack, and I'm blown away at the articulation on Iron Fist in particular. They just keep closing the gap more and more on Mafex, and at this point, you can say what you will about the Marvel Legends price, but if you're looking dollar for dollar where you're getting more figure from nowadays, it's Marvel Legends. And I hate saying that because I make more on Mafex, but it's the truth. Time to see how well you know Big Nerdy. What do you think my number 1 figure / piece of news is? Well, you're gonna find out, so here we go. Coming in at number 1 is the NECA TMNT Tatsu figure. This is the final figure needed for me to feel like the TMNT movie series is complete. He taught me many things, like
Go, play.
He also taught me
Never lower your eyes to an enemy.
I also love how much he provides motivation to his boss, the Shredder.
Your empire flourishes, Master Shredder.
He does more than just provide motivation to Shredder, he also sees himself as potential backfill to him, should the Shredder be killed in a garbage truck compactor by a former hockey player turned vigilante sadistic lunatic. I guess that did happen. If that talk of turtles made you feel nostalgic for them, then check out this playlist here of the other TMNT toy videos I've made. I think you're gonna like it. But remember, you gotta get old, but you do not have to grow up. Just be cool and stay nerdy. Later. Bang bang. Big Nerdy out.